Hey, I'm Sean with Boom Reactive. Last week I got the Western Digital My Passport Wireless Pro. I got the 4TB version, and this is a hard drive that has a battery in it so that it can power itself on, and it has some slots that you can back up your footage in the field. And so after a week, these are my thoughts.
Back in the days when I was a teenage. Back in the days when I was a teenage. Back in the days when I was a teenage. Back in the days when I was a teenage. Back in the days when I
First of all, this thing is capable of a lot. You can set up like a media plexi server on it, and you can have your footage and photos and access them on your phone and stuff like that. That's not my usage for this, and so if you're using it for that, I don't have good reviews for you. I'm a videographer, and I'm using this to back up my footage while I'm in the field so that I don't have to get out a laptop and connect other hard drives. It simplifies the workflow so that I can back up. I use all SD cards in my Sony Alpha cameras and my drone, and the GoPros. Every camera that I uses SD cards, so it's really nice that I can back these things up, and that's why I got it. So ignoring some of its other capabilities, this is what I think. First of all, the Wi-Fi is nice, that you can connect your phone to it wirelessly and check the status of imports and how much space, and you can view what's been uploaded and just to make sure that it's backed up. That's nice. A lot of my Wi-Fi enabled devices, like even the Sony Alpha cameras, have Wi-Fi in them. I get frustrated because you have to connect your phone directly to them and type in a password, and then it kicks you off. Like if I'm in the studio, it kicks me off of that Wi-Fi. This is nice, and it actually can serve as a hotspot, but once I connected to this the first time, I was able to connect this to the studio's Wi-Fi, and then not only can I connect directly to this and still get internet through the studio Wi-Fi it's connected to, but now anything connected to the Wi-Fi, I can give permission, and I can access this footage without connecting directly to this. So my computer, for example, being on the network, can see this when it's just turned on, even though I never connected my computer directly to the drive. The battery life, they claim 10 hours, and I can't disprove that, but I'm not leaving it on all day. Again, my usage for this is backing up SD cards, and so I was at a shoot yesterday about 3.5 hours away from St. Louis, and I was able to, as I was balancing the Ronin, which usually takes around 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes, I put in a 64GB SD card that I had just shot a bunch of interviews on, put it in here, and it took about 15 minutes. And I have it set up so that when you put an SD card in, it automatically starts importing, so I don't have to click anything. I don't have to get out a phone and connect, and I didn't. I just set this next to the Ronin as I set it up and balanced it, and this thing churned. And again, it took a little longer. It took about 15 minutes for 64GB, which was a little longer than it took me to set up the Ronin, around 10 or 12 minutes. But it was nice that then I had this peace of mind of my footage being backed up, and these were the interviews. This was the most important thing that we had filmed. Knowing that that's now in 2 places was very, very handy for me. And I didn't have to set up a laptop and get out cables and connect a hard drive. I didn't have to do anything except pull this little guy out of my bag, put the SD card in it, and automatically it starts importing, and it's backed up. This also has a USB 2 port and a USB 3 port, and the 2 you can plug in other card readers. If you use CF cards or whatever you use, you can connect those via USB 2, and you can even set it to do the automatic import that way as well. And then it has a USB 3 port so that you can connect it directly to a computer instead of having to transfer everything over Wi-Fi. And you also charge the internal battery that way. For me, that was a huge bonus, which I didn't anticipate. Usually I back up my footage, and then when I get back to my studio, I import each memory card into Final Cut, or I do those things at the same time. So I put a memory card in, I import it into Final Cut, and I back it up. With this, since I had imported all 6 SD cards from my shoot before I started driving home, when I got back to my office, Final Cut Pro has that tendency to hang on to SD cards, which is annoying, and you sometimes have to like quit the program completely to eject a card. Because everything was now on one drive, I connected this drive to my computer, and much faster than my SD card reader, it imported all the footage from all 6 cards while I charged and put away all my equipment. So it was really nice, it was really convenient, and I wasn't anticipating that being a part of my workflow, but I really did appreciate it. It's not too heavy, it fit right in my bag, it's got a battery in it and a hard drive, so it does have a little bit of weight to it, but not enough to make it a hindrance to bring along when I have a whole bunch of other gear. When I'm shooting something professional, there's always going to be room for this, and what an insurance policy having this little added weight sure is. It's lighter than some of my lenses, so it's fine. Lastly, the price. I got this on B&H for for $197. This is the 4 terabyte version. By contrast, the LaCie 4 terabyte rugged portable hard drive is $179. And so for $20 more, you're getting not only a battery that you can charge your phone or your GoPros or even your camera off of while you're out in the field, but you're also getting the ability to back up your footage and peace of mind without needing any extra cables or computers or anything while you're in the field. And it happens automatically. You don't have to click and drag and select files or anything. You just put in your SD card and it backs up. So for me, an extra $20 to have insurance and peace of mind when I'm on a shoot on location somewhere is absolutely worth the extra cost. It's not a fast enough drive for me to edit on, but it's a perfect drive for backing up all my footage so that I can import it easily and safely when I get back to my studio and start working on my edit drives. That's it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any questions or if you've used the NAR box or any other similar things and had experiences, throw a comment below and we'll talk. We'll have a real dialogue. Trust me, I'll respond. See ya.